Hello everyone, this is Chief Shadow 1750 here, and welcome to my first ever top 10 list. That's right, this is my first top 10. Now, as you know, I've enjoyed the PlayStation consoles, the PlayStation 2, the PSP. Although I do not own a PlayStation 3, although technically I really did play the demos at my local Walmart or Target of the games, and I was really interested in this console. And I do hope to get one in the near future, especially with the price drop is going to increase my chances. So, yeah. Well, as you know, there's a couple of games that I really enjoy, but which one are my favorites? So, I've narrowed it down because of no particular reason. I have less PlayStation and PSP games than I do PlayStation 2, so I'm going to do a PlayStation 2 countdown, okay? Now, for any reason, if you complain about a game that you've played or you thought is considered one of the greatest and it's not on this list, it could be one of two reasons. One, I never even played the game, or two, I never even heard of it. So, if you're going to complain about that, don't come crying to me if it's not on this list, okay? This is my personal list, so everybody's got different opinions, alright? So, this is the games that I've played and I've personally enjoyed. This is my top 10 PlayStation 2 games. Number 10, Crash Bandicoot, The Wrath of Cortex. Okay, I'll just go ahead and say it. I love the Crash Bandicoot franchise. I mean, the Crash games are just great. Competing with Mario and Sonic is probably a great thing. I mean, for mascot. I don't know what I'm talking about. But anyway, the Crash games are very good, except for the newer ones, made by Radical Entertainment. They're still fun, but there's a lot of problems with it. Anyway, Crash Bandicoot, The Wrath of Cortex was released for the PlayStation 2 in 2002. It was also released for the Xbox and the GameCube, and I gotta say, I think that's a bad mistake. I just have to say it right now. I think it's a bad mistake, but that's my opinion. Anyway, as for the gameplay is very good. I mean, it stayed true to the roots of its predecessors, Cortex Strikes Back and Warped, where you're in the warp room and you travel to each level by warp room. The story is very interesting. I mean, this is one of the more interesting plot lines. As you progress through the game, you finally realize that Coco is also playable as well too. That's right, Coco is playable too. However, fans are a little bit disappointed on the gameplay of Coco, and I have to say, I personally enjoy it. However, I had to put it low on the list because there's a lot of other games that I've enjoyed, plus it also had some loading screen problems. I mean, fans criticized the game for its enormous loading times. I mean, it took forever. But it doesn't happen occasionally, like after each level and all that, so, yeah. Alright, also the music really was awesome, and I really can't say anymore. Crash Bandicoot, The Wrath of Cortex is a good game compared to it. Yeah. Anyway, Crash Bandicoot, The Wrath of Cortex is number 10 in this countdown. Number 9 has to go to Jak and Daxter, The Precursor Legacy. I absolutely enjoy the Jak and Daxter series. I am not kidding. It is outstanding. The three main trilogy games, the racing game, and the one for the PSP is outstanding. But yeah, this is the one that started it all, and I got this game from a very good friend of mine for my birthday, and I gotta say thanks a lot, dude, for making me get hooked up in one of the best series on the PlayStation 2. I am serious, this is my opinion, and I think this is one of the best. The plot begins with two boys named Jak and Daxter, of course, travel to the world of Misty Island, and of course, Daxter falls into a pool of dark ego, in which he is transformed into an ottsel, which is an animal that is a cross between an otter and a weasel. From there, Jak and Daxter must stop the two villains that plan to unleash the dark ego to the world, find the secrets to the precursors, and of course, try try to find a way to change Daxter back to his original form. Gameplay-wise, it is fantastic. This is one of the first 3D free-roaming platformer games for the PlayStation 2, and is one of the best. Got a bunch of moves, and the main enemies are the lurkers. Of course, you deal with a lot of versions of the lurkers. I'm not going to go into full depths into them. You can also collect eco. Blue eco increases your speed, red eco increases your strength, yellow eco fires these fireball-like things, and green eco, which replenishes your health. Daxter doesn't really help much, but he does provide the necessary comic relief.
I told you we shouldn't have come here, and you listened! What?
Yeah, the music is incredible. I mean, it is some of the most peaceful, but yet a little epic at the same time. Graphics, of course, are beautiful. I mean, even back in 2001, it is still good. This is one of the more peaceful looking games on the PlayStation 2, but don't get me wrong, it's still a great platformer game. The voice actors is really what made it steal the show. I mean, there is a ton of use of comedy in the game, and it is just funniest as ways. The actor that really takes the show is Daxter, voiced by Max Casella, and he is outstanding. I mean, he is hilarious.
Look, old man, are you gonna keep yapping, or are you gonna help me out of this mess?
Oh man, he still makes me laugh. Anyway. But yeah, Jak and Daxter is a very good game to start a series, so this game really deserves the number 9 spot. Number 8, Spider-Man, the movie video game. I have not really much to say about this one. This one was based off of the 2002 Spider-Man film, starring Tobey Maguire and Kirsten Dunst. The plot obviously follows Spider-Man as we give a brief intro on how Spider-Man became Spider-Man and how Norman Osborn became the Green Goblin. Oh, in case if you don't know who Spider-Man is, his name is Peter Parker. His real name is Peter Parker. Yeah. The gameplay follows the same thing as you can tell from the previous Spider-Man games on the PlayStation, but the biggest addition is the new combos that can be unlocked by collecting these gold spider icons. Plus, the unlimited web swinging makes it more fun. Plus, you don't have web cartridges, so instead you got a web bar and once it empties, you're out of webbing. Anyway. Also, got Bruce Campbell as the narrator, and I gotta say, his wise-ass remarks are hilarious. Not really much to say about this one, but the cast of villains is pretty good. Gameplay-wise, very good. This one is my first ever PlayStation 2 video game. This is the one that got me into the PlayStation 2, and for that, I credit it. Number 7 goes to Star Wars Battlefront 2. Good God, do I love the Star Wars films. I am serious, I love the Star Wars films. All 6 movies, in fact. Including Episode 1, which I believe to be underrated. Well, by fan reception, of course. I actually found this film to be pretty good. Once I got past the bland dialogue and all that, the action scenes really kicked ass. But I'm getting off target. Basically, Battlefront 2 is a sequel to the original Battlefront, which was also released for the PlayStation 2. Anyway, not only do you get to play as the Rebels or the Stormtroopers, but you can also play as the Clone Troopers or the CIS, or the droids in fact. The gameplay is basically a typical shooter game, and you get to play as one of these soldiers. And what makes it more fun is they added all the worlds in from all the 6 Star Wars films, and that's a whole lot of fun. There's a lot of fun into it. Plus, the biggest addition is the ability to play as a Jedi. I'm dead serious. If you get enough points, you get the ability to play as a Jedi, depending on which world you travel to. There's also a storyline about the rise of the Empire that takes events during Episode 3. So, yeah. Game trailers put this in number 5 or number 4 on their top 10 Star Wars games, and why shouldn't they? This game kicks serious ass. So, all in all, Star Wars Battlefront 2 is the only shooter game that I've played, and I've enjoyed it. Every minute of it.